I should just stay depressed, lonely, and miserable. He would walk to McDonald's to connect to the Wi-Fi to talk to me while I was at work. Oh my God, I'm dating a bum. I'm dating a guy who's asking me for change. Welcome back, Jems and Jems, to This Is Awkward. Welcome back, Jems and Jems, to my channel. I don't know where I'm supposed to be looking at, because I feel like I'm not looking at y'all when I look at myself like this. Like, I'm giving like maybe I should be looking over here, because then I'll be looking at y'all, but then I can't see myself. Fuck it. Anywho, let's get into this story time. I'm gonna try to give y'all high energy, but a bitch just drunk half a gallon of Dayquil because my throat still hurt, y'all. I still got the strep. So, anyways, this story is one of my more disappointing stories. When I wasn't a hoe in this story time when I should have been. I wasn't player, you know? And I want y'all to know the lesson before I get to the story time. If you curve a nigga, stand on your curve. Don't be doubling the fuck back, right? So let's get into it. This story takes place 2019, right? Boom. So before 2019, when I was in high school, this one dude, he used to always try to talk to me, like, always. We all got that one dude that been trying to talk to you for forever, bitch, like, forever. And, like, you'll entertain it here and there, like, you text them, hell, some of y'all go as far as to give him your number, and y'all talk, but you know you done told him, like, I'm good off of you, you know what I'm saying? But he don't take the hint. So he think that persistence is gonna be the key for him. The whole time, you never know. So this young man, he probably was like, I don't know, when I was in high school, because when I was in high school, my dumb behind was, what? Hold on. Jamaica. Like I don't know why it's such an echo in here when it's hella shit in this room, taking up plenty of space. So this is gonna get on my nerves. So when I was back in high school, I was talking to this one dude. It didn't work out, who took my virginity, and then I started talking to this dude who happened to be his best friend, but I didn't know that. Go watch that story time. And after that situation, like when I started talking to the best friend, this when he came around on my inbox trying to talk to me, flirt with me, and stuff like that. So I went off to college and just didn't even give a fuck about him. He used to get on my Facebook all the time, hearting on my pictures, my videos, stuff like that. Yeah. You know, I'm thugging, I'm jugging, I'm doing my thing. Y'all know my college life is crazy. So, I come home. Oh, boom. This one, people start, I'm trying to remember, but the day quills kick again. So, how this happened? Okay, so this is what people will find out I was a stripper, right? Well, they didn't find out, bitch, I exposed my stuff because people was trying to blackmail me. And so he had texted me like, man, just pull up on me whenever you come back home. And I'm like, why would I do that? And he was like, I'll pay you to eat you out. Like, I slide you a little bit of coin. Now, mind you, the nigga was never giving ugly. He was never giving bum, because at the time he worked at this Coca-Cola job, right? And in my city, Publix and Coca-Cola, those two warehouses, we knew niggas had money if you was working there, because they were the highest paying warehouses in the city. And on top of that, they had the lowest, like, bitches never left, bitch. Bitches never left. You got fired. Bitches never left. So he had been working at Coca-Cola since back when I was in high school. He's still working for Coca-Cola. And then he was telling me like, yeah, man, just slide on and let me throw a little cash to eat a cat, because you playing, you don't want to You don't want to boop it on boom with me, but I want to taste it. Niggas always say that. Let me just taste it. Go on, bitch. Taste something else. They love to just say, let me just eat it. So me, being a trickster, horny trickster that I was, I'm like, you know what? This will give me a chance to finally link him and see him, and then I can get a little cash, pay your off some head, right? So boom, first time linking. I'm like, all right, he cute, got his own place. All right, got a nice little car. It's giving. I might, when I come home, double back on this nigga. You know what I'm saying? So boom, he pop, da 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 da, giving my motherfucking cash, and I slide on his ass, and then he write me like, well, I want to see you again whenever you come back around, or before you go back to Miami, right? So I'm like, I'll think about it. Then he started getting real sappy on me, like, damn, I can't believe you just, like, you ain't stick around, like, you ain't want to talk, you ain't want to get to know me, nothing like that. And I'm like, nah, you ain't, that wasn't a part of the offer, sir. That wasn't a part of the deal. So why would I stick around? He was like, I've been asking you for a while. I've been trying to talk to you. You act like you don't really want to talk to me. I'm not acting. But that be niggas' problem. They think you're playing, or they'll say, man, you playing. Whole time they know you don't want them. They just gonna keep pressing you till they wear you down. They really like date rapists. They like will harass you till you finally go out with them. So I'm like, yeah, nah, I just ain't looking for all that. I live in Miami, and my everything is in Miami, so I just don't see me dealing with nobody back home, knowing that I'm gonna be back in Miami doing my thing, doing my big one. Cause I was doing my big one. So yeah, I was like, if I ever move back home, I'll think about it. Bitch, I should have never said that. I moved back home 2019. Y'all know I graduated college July 2019, right? And I moved home. A bitch was lonely. Y'all, I was lonely. I ain't had no more hoes. I ain't had no more friends. I wasn't going out no more. Let me set the scene for y'all real quick. When I was in Miami, this is why I'm such an old lady now, because I party my ass off. When I was in Miami, my bitches stayed trying to go somewhere. My bitches stayed trying to do something. They don't care if it was just a kickback, bitch, we're going. They don't care. They didn't care. We're in the building. So, that was like when you're in college, bitch, you would be going to a party every other day, every night. A kickback in a dormitory, you know what I'm saying? And we slid on a couple dormitory kickbacks, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta call no Uber. You just walk down to 2 buildings away, like type shit. So me and my bitches used to be on go. Then on top of that, we live a bitch's vacation, so we had hella cute little spots we can slide to, eat, hang out, let out, spring break, meeting hella niggas, fucking 2 niggas in one night type shit. You know what I'm saying? So I really was living. Bitch, I was living. So when I came back home, going from having, I could double nigga like 650. By 6:52, I got 2 niggas ringing my line talking about, hey, baby girl, let's go out to eat tonight. So I went from, bitch, I got hella niggas, fuck you niggas, I'm replacing you, to, bitch, I'm sitting at home in my mama's house like, what the fuck? What is life? Bitch, I'm sitting at my mama's house like, I hate living here. It's so boring. This bitch got me on a curfew like I'm 12. Mind you, I'm 21 at the time. Mind you, I'm 21 with no kids. Why are you telling me if I come to your house past 10 o'clock, I can't get in? Like, bitch, like I ain't just spent the past 3.5 years on my own. Bitch, me and my girls used to come in the house 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. Used to just walk the campus all night long because we ain't want to go to sleep. Like literally all night long because we ain't want to go to sleep. And I come home to a curfew, a 10 o'clock curfew at that. Bitch, at least it could have been 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm 21. I can't even go slide on my nigga and goop diddy goop diddy goop. The only time my mama let me like not come home at a certain, like not come home before 10, 11 o'clock is if I was working or dancing. Like, that's it. So I just started lying pretending like I was going to work. Because she wouldn't be up. because she had to go to work at 6 o'clock in the morning. So I just lied and be like, I'm going to work. Just so I could not do shit. So she could not be locking me out at 11 o'clock at night. So, mind you, me and my mama, like, if you watch my vlogs, me and my mama got a good relationship now. But back then, I couldn't stand that. And excuse my French. I couldn't stand my mama. I could not. I wanted to boot my mama. I feel like she was trying to, like, I feel like my mama was trying to get revenge for me moving away and going to college. Because she really did not want me to move away to go to college. My mama was mad that I had left to go to college. And to this day, she blames me becoming a stripper on me living in Miami. Girl, I started dancing in Tampa. That had nothing to do with Miami. So, I went to one mansion party, y'all. My mama to this day, if I ever catch her on camera saying it, she always think the day I started dancing is when I had told her, Mom, I gotta call you back. I'm at this mansion party with all these celebrities. And bitch, she wasn't even no real celebrity there, but I was at a mansion party with my sorority sisters. And Mama, I gotta talk to you later. So she had thought, oh, how she at a mansion party? So when I got back home, she tried to clink and treat me like I was back in high school. So when I wasn't really getting no play no more because the niggas didn't know I was back in town. And I wasn't gonna tell them because I wanted people to think I had them bossed up and moved away. Bitch, I'm back with y'all. You know what I'm saying? So I was really like staying low key. I wasn't going nowhere. I wasn't going out. I wanted nobody's face like that. So when he had blew me up again, it's like, you know, I'm still waiting on you to come back home. I was like, oh, bitch, I'm back home. I'm back home. You know, he like, well, slide on me then. Like, girl, I pull up, slide on him. I should have just stayed depressed, lonely, and miserable at my mama's house because, girl, this was the beginning of the end. So I slide on him, right? I don't think he ate me out. I don't think he did. I really honestly don't think so. I think we was just talking and chatting and stuff like that in a car. And I don't know how he finagled me into talking to him, but he didn't tell me the full truth. Because if I would have knew what I was getting myself into, girl, I would have never put up on this man. So long story short, he told me, oh yeah, I just got out of jail not too long ago. I'm like, jail? Nigga, I thought you was one of the good ones. You're like, nah, it's no crazy stuff. I wasn't selling no drugs. I wasn't, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't robbing them. I wasn't shooting nobody, nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, but, you know, I'm dealing with a little stuff. I'm out on bail. Like, yeah, I got a court hearing coming up like a couple of months, this, that, and third, but I'm good. I promise I'm good. I should have seen the dumb me, because I was 21. The dumb me, I just was lonely. I ain't finna lie to you. I just was lonely, bitch. So, yeah, I just bypassed the red flag of he just got out of jail. So, I pulled back up to the old place that I came to when he swapped cash for licks. And this time around, he told me, oh yeah, well, oh no, I linked him again, right? So I came back to his place, which should have been my red flags in the first place, because why I gotta keep coming to you, but why you don't come to me? I came back to his place, and that car was no longer there. So I'm like, where's your car? He's my, he ain't got no car no more. Then, the second time around, I come back to this place, he tell me, oh yeah, I just want to let you know before we go inside that I stay with my parents. Well, no, that's not how he said it. He said my parents moved in with me to help me keep my place, because when I went to jail, I ain't had no way to pay my rent. So they wasn't in a good situation either. So they just moved in with me. So now my parents live here. So I'm like, really? He like, yeah, they live here now. So I'm like, ew. In my back of my head, I'm like, I'm never gonna talk to this nigga again. My dumb ass did the boom with him. And it wasn't even, let me tell you something right now, because I remember the boom with him. It wasn't even that good. The lickety lick wasn't even that good. So I just always ask myself, you just must have been lonely, bitch. You had to be lonely, because how I fell for this bullshit I fell for, I'll never know. So here we are. We're like a month in. I'm steady going to his house because I don't have to be home at a certain time. I don't have to worry about listening to my mama bitch and moan all day about dishes when I done work 2-3 jobs. Let me tell you what my mom used to do real quick. My mom worked one job. One. When I came home, bitch, I was working at a warehouse. I was delivering groceries, and I still was stripping. So sometimes I used to get off of my warehouse job and go straight to the strip club. Sometimes I used to go deliver groceries all day, then go to the strip club. Like, I never was not working. There's times that I had picked up shifts. This is when I was doing Instacart. I would literally work 4 days a week with Instacart, 8 to 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock, right? And had to be working at 4. So my mom used to be pressing me down like, why is the dishes not done? When she get home at 3 o'clock, and she'll see me coming in the door, changing my clothes, getting ready to leave to go to warehouse job. I'm like, Mom, I've been at my other job all morning. The dishes ain't washed because you didn't wash them yesterday. I get off my warehouse job at 3-4 o'clock in the morning. I don't know nothing about no dishes. I ain't even been here to eat. Like, mind you, this 4 or 5 days in a row where I'm constantly gone because my mama was just getting on my nerves to the point where I'm gonna end up in jail or I'm gonna end up in hell. But when I ain't gonna end up is happy. So I used to just be working so I can get away from her, which I think is what pushed me to fuck with this lame ass, broke, dusty, Peter was just trash ass nigga, right? So I'm steady going over there. I'm starting to spend the night because I just did not. I hated being home. My mama literally got on my nerves to the point where I just couldn't even. I would leave the warehouse job and go straight to this man's house. Like, clothes were sitting in the trunk because I knew I wasn't going home type stuff. So, mind you, we getting kind of close. We did. Girl, tell me why his pappy and his mammy ain't like me. Mind you, I'm the type of person, if I go to somebody's house and they don't live alone, I'm staying in the room. I'm sneaking to the bathroom like it's a crime. And I'm staying in the room. And I'm putting my headphones in so you don't have to hear my music. I'm literally, you're never gonna even know I'm there till you hear the toilet flush type shit. So I used to come to his house and he ain't go nowhere because the bitch ain't had no job no more. He used to sit at home all day on his computer watching anime and putting in job applications. That's all he did. And Hulu with me. And when they would leave, then we'll boom, boom, bump and go to sleep. So, girl, like, let me give you some examples. So one morning, he left out the room. He said, hold on, I gotta go ask my pops something right. He like, he came back and his pops was yelling, like, mind you, he's back in the room now. So I'm like, what the fuck going on? I asked him, could him and my mama take me to work, and they went the fuck off of me, talk about, you need to ask that girl. So I started spazzing on him. Me and him argued back and forth because I don't even know why they brought your name into it. I told them that you had to go to work. I'm asking them for a ride because they ain't doing nothing anyways. So they used to go back and forth with him because he was trying to get back on his feet. That's one thing I will say. The nigga was trying to get back on his feet. It just ain't feel like he was trying to get back on his feet fast enough. Because then, right, why your people mad at me? Because I used to not even be there all the time. Now, if it was the weekend, my day off, I'd be there. But then when the night hit, I would leave so I can go to the club. So you still never had to worry about me being there 24/7, or the max I'd probably be there is 10 hours. You know what I'm saying? But again, I never asked y'all for no food. I never, bitch, I didn't even have no microwave. So, bitch, I wouldn't even dare bring no food there to make no trash because I can't even heat it up and get cold. So, just how I know they just didn't like me. They didn't like the fact that he was dealing with somebody and ain't had no job and they're paying all the bills. So, girl, his phone had went off, right? So, he would, I don't know why I was talking to the man. He would walk to McDonald's to connect to the Wi-Fi to talk to me while I was at work, right? So I'm like, you need to be taking your laptop up there and applying for jobs. Girl, you know what this man started doing? He started selling plasma. Girl, God, for money. Now, mind you, I get it. It could be vital. You know, it could have a little income to it, but it just gave bum, you know? So he would ask me to drop him off before I went to my 8 o'clock shift at Instacart. So he could go get plasma, and then he'd ask them to pick him up, right? They didn't want to do nothing. Mind you, his mom is a teacher. She was so nasty and mean. I never talked to them like that for real. So he would always ask me to, like, it's to the point where when they start being rude to me, like slickly being rude to me, I wouldn't even come over there. So he would like be like, babe, no, come over tonight, da da da. He wanted me to come over there because he knew in the morning if I was still there, he had a ride to go do whatever the fuck he wanted to do. So I didn't peep game, so I would still come over there. Tell me why one night, mind you, his phone is off. I come over there, it's like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning because I told you I used to get off late, right? I'm calling him. He didn't answer the phone because he told me knock on the front door. He's going to be in the living room. I'm knocking on the front door. He's not answering. So I'm like, oh, maybe he went to his room. So me, at first, I really was not going to do it because I was like, this is giving creepy. Like, I'm a stalker type shit. So I wasn't going to do it. But I was like, I can't go home. My mama's going to go off if I come home at 4 o'clock in the morning because she's probably up getting ready for work. So I tiptoed to his backyard. His room was in the back. So I tiptoed to the backyard. You dumb bitch. So I'm tip-tapping on his window. Like a dummy. Waiting to see, like, if he can hear me. Mind you, I know it's his window because he got the room in the back. And bitch, I be here. So I know that's his window. So I'm like, I knocked maybe like 3 times. Like, I knocked like, you know, waiting for a response or for him to like open the door or something like that. I ain't get no response. So I'm like just sitting there. I'm about to walk away. Girl, why his daddy bust through the back door? Young lady, do you know what time it is? I said, yes, I do know what time it is. Mind you, I'm in my little scrub where we used to wear scrubs. So I'm like, yes, I know what time it is. What we gonna name him? We gonna name him Polar Pop, and I'm gonna tell y'all why. I'm like, Polar Pop told me to come, and he said to knock on the window. Look, bitch, I'm over here adding stuff. So he told me to knock on the window if you don't answer the front door. So he was like, do you know how you look right now? No, I don't know how I look, sir, because I'm just trying to do what my man told me to do. I'm like, and he slammed the door in my face. He slammed the door in my face mid-sentence. So I started to walk away. I'm not even like out the backyard, and Polar Pop come open the door like he's halfway asleep. He like, oh babe, I'm so sorry. I didn't know you was knocking at the front door. My dad, he going off. Come inside, come inside. You know how to leave. I'm like, are you sure? Because he's upset. I'm like, he like, yeah, come inside, babe. It's okay. So he let me in. He turned the back light and he locked the back door, and we get in the bed and go to sleep. The next morning, y'all, you would have thought a bitch had stole the last fucking fried fish out the basket, because he wake up to go use the bathroom. He go in the kitchen. His dad is clearly already woke and up, and his mama. All I hear is out of nowhere a whole bunch of yelling. So I'm like, yep. Let me go ahead and pack my little baggie up. Because I used to take showers over there and everything, right? So he like, is she gonna keep coming over here? Her ass need to pay some of the bills too. She over here more than us. She over here like she fucking got her name coming in the mail. Da-da-da-da. Like, dad going in on me like, do you know me, sir? So he like, man, you need to calm. This Polar Pop. I'm Polar Pop. Man, you need to calm the fuck down. That girl don't be over here that damn much. She don't even use shit in this motherfucking house. This girl, she got her own house. She got her own place. She come over here because I asked her to come over here. You need to chill the fuck out. And I'm like, well, she ain't need to be over here how much she came knocking on the windows at 4 o'clock in the morning. What if we would have had had a gun and shot her. Why the fuck would you tell her to knock on our motherfucking windows at 4 o'clock in the morning like she ain't got no damn common sense? Man, you worry about what the fuck my girl got going on? Man, y'all need to worry about y'all. Y'all never want to do shit for a nigga anyways. Y'all never want to help a bitch out. Y'all never want to give me no rides. This girl do every motherfucking thing. Da, 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 da. Baby, by the time he came back in that room, my bag was packed. Let me tell you something. Baby, my bag was packed. My shoes was on. And my keys was in my motherfucking hand. Because one thing about it is, who takes the show? I don't stay nowhere I ain't welcome. I ain't staying nowhere where I ain't welcome. And let me tell you something. And I hope y'all see this video one day. Bitch, I wouldn't dare pay any bill to live there. Not that it was dirty or nasty or roaches or nothing like that. It's a simple fact of, I can't even, mind you, I ain't even telling y'all, majority of the time, I'm having to use the back door. He won't even take me through the front door if they're there. Cause his room's in the back. So he would have me walking through the backyard like a motherfucking sneaky link. And I'm your girlfriend. So, first of all, you won't even let us use the front door because I'm there. And I can't walk through the living room. Y'all don't want to meet me. Y'all disrespect me in my face because you're yelling. You know I can hear y'all. So, you're disrespecting me in my face. I've tried to be cordial and nice to y'all. Then y'all ain't got no motherfucking microwave in 2019. Grow up, bitch. I'm not paying no bills in this bitch. I don't flick on and off no lights. I don't cook nothing. I don't adjust the thermostat in this bitch. The only thing you can say I do is flush your toilet and run your shower. And I don't even be in the shower more than I need to be in there. I get in there, hit pop, 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 boom, dry off with my towel I brought from my house in my rag, and I leave. Or I lay the fuck down and go to sleep. I don't touch nothing in here that's y'all's. I bring my own everything. So what am I paying for? That $17 water bill? Please. Girl, bye. So when he came back through the door, I'm like, I'm ready to go. He's like, nah, babe, chill, calm down. No, I'm ready to go. I'm not gonna sit here. Every time I'm over here overnight, it's always something with them. Y'all, they always got so much to say about me, and I'm sick of that. It don't make no sense. I'm the only person taking you to these job interviews. I'm the only person taking you to sell your motherfucking plasma. I'm doing everything around here. And they got the nerve to be upset with me. Y'all should be patting the bitch on the back for taking the load off of y'all. Cause this y'all child. Why am I taking him where he need to go? You the mama. And he had that missing side too. And that just really like made me even more madder because you're 20 something with a missing side tooth. I don't like that for you. So, girl, I leave that day, right? So I would still come by, but I would never go in the house no more. We would stay out in my car. And then, like, one time he asked me, oh, can you take me to, girl, oh my God, can you take me to go pawn something real quick? I'm like, where is you finna go pawn? He said, I need to pawn these shoes. People pawning shoes? Girl, he had the shoes in the bag, right? So I couldn't see the shoes. So I dropped him off to pawn the shoes because he said he needed a little bit of money to hold him over. So like maybe a week later, he was like, all right, I'm about to go. I need to pick up the shoes from the pawn shop. So I go to take him to... Y'all, if only y'all could see what I see. I'm like, oh, cause now he's gonna pick him up. He's not gonna have them in the bag. So I'm gonna get to see the shoes. So I'm like, oh, this better be some fire ass Jordans, some shit that bitches been trying to get their hands on for real. You know what I'm saying, girl? Listen, what's that song? If only you knew how much I do. I do hate you for fucking playing. them shoes was busted and fucking disgusted, bitch. I mean, like, I wouldn't even pawn them for more than $1. Like, beat the fuck up, old as fuck. And he just steady kept going on and on and on about these fucking shoes. Like, they was this, like, elite, like, certified. They looked it old. They looked like he had wore the hell out the shoes. They looked it tired, baby. Like, tired. Both pair. Old ass Jordans. Like, oh, they're not nowhere in mint condition. You couldn't pay me for my foot in them type shits. So I just kept my composure, but I was like, these the shoes? Okay. So anyways, long story short, that same day he asked me to take him around and go to the weed man to pick up weed. What I don't get is why broke people get money and then immediately spend on some shit that's not gonna help them to keep the money or keep they shit. Your phone's still off, sir. But you want to go get $20 worth of weed when you only made $25 at plasma. I don't get it. So I take him around. This man used to argue with me in my motherfucking car that I was paying the car note and the insurance on about playing my music in my car. He used to literally go back and forth from me because I wanted to listen to my music. I'm inconsiderate. I don't think about. Dumb people say the dumbest things. You're in my motherfucking car that I pay the car note and insurance for. Getting a ride for free. And you worry about me wanting to play my music in my car that you ain't helping keep? Boy, go to hell. Quick, fast. Don't go past go. Don't collect 200. Go straight to hell, bitch. And I used to tell him, you sound dumb. You sound stupid. I'm inconsiderate because I don't want to listen to your blah, blah, blah SoundCloud rappers in my aux cord. Yeah, okay. I said, you need to find somebody to start giving you a ride because you're crazy. You don't give me no gas and I'm taking you all around the city. Are you crazy? So I can watch you give other people money. Girl. So this was the kicker, right? These two incidents was the kicker, right? Mind you, you see him selling plasma every other day. So I know you getting like $20, $25, $30 every other day. So now his phone back on, right? He tell me, babe, can you come pick me up because he need to do something. He needed some dumbass errand, right? I go pick him up. Before, I'm like, oh, I need to stop and get some gas real quick. So he like, oh, okay. So I parked the car. I'm about to get out so I can go pay. He said, babe, you got some change so I can get a Polar Pop? I only got like 20 cents. Mind you, Polar Pop's 70 cents back then. 70, 80 cents. I don't know what they is now because inflation is probably $13. But I'm like, what? He like, yeah, you ain't got like 50, 60 cents so I can get a Polar Pop and some chips, at least some chips, maybe $1, babe. Oh my God, I'm dating a bum. I'm dating a guy who's asking me for change. Penny scraps out of my, oh my God. I say, yeah, babe, here. Disgusted. Let me tell you, that wasn't even it. So one day, he went, I don't know where the fuck he was at. I was getting my oil change, something like that, at the little place. It was like a little mechanic place. Can't remember the name of it. It's a real popular one. That was right by his house. So he went with me. So we went and waited at the Subway across the street. So after I get my car and we about to leave from Subway, he said, babe, he got the phone with the dude, his weed man. He's like, man, just front me one, just front me. He's like, no, I'm not gonna front you one. Like, I'm here. Come if you got the money. So he got the phone. He's like, all right. So he's like, babe, I don't even want to ask you this. I already knew he was finna ask me for some money for some weed. I don't even want to ask you this. It's just like, you know, this is crazy. I shouldn't even be asking you for no money for real, but could you give me $20 to get a sack? I said, no. The $1, I'll spare that because everybody get thirsty. weed, you don't need weed. That's extra. You're doing that for the hell of it. I'm not sponsoring. You're broke and you worry about smoking? No. And I told him that. I'm like, no. Because my sister used to also ask me for money for the good stuff as well. And I'm like, I used to tell her, no, I'm never paying for that. If you already down bad, the last thing I'm gonna do is give you money to waste. That's stupid on my behalf. So if I'm gonna tell and I kept telling myself that don't change your answer, because if you gonna tell your sister no, your own blood no, then fuck this nigga. So I told him no. This man got in a whole argument with me. Babe, you know I will give you the money back when I go to plasma. It's not that serious. Like, you really sitting here telling me you can't give me no money right now? Yes, I'm literally telling you I can't give you no money right now, because what you want the money for is not necessary. If you want to sponsor your own downfall, you do that. But I'm not gonna dig into my hard earning pockets and give you my $20 in hopes that you give it back to me. No, thank you. So I dropped his little hot ass off. He used to get so mad at me for not enabling him. Right? So this was like the straw, right? So I'm going around asking everybody in my family, who y'all know hiring? Who y'all know? Because he refused to work in fast food. You broke, but you got standards. Okay, what the fuck ever. So, girl, it's I ain't working in fast food. I ain't working in fast food. I'm like, well, you talking about you want a job, you want money, you might as well. Might as well go get them little $8.95 an hour. Get some type of money so your parents can stop talking to you like you're 12. Because they not going to talk to me like I'm 12. Because I'm going to buck up at your mama, baby. I got 3 jobs. So, I'm talking about grandma. I'm like, grandma, do your boyfriend know of any jobs that's hiring? Or do you know any jobs that's hiring? She's like, oh yeah, it's this place, and this place. You don't even have to have no application. You just go up there, tell them that you're looking for a job, and they'll give you an application on the spot. And you can apply that way, and then usually they'll give you an interview the next day. So I tell him, I talking about my grandma, and her man said, go up to here, and more likely they hiring right now. And they making good money. I think like $13 an hour at that time, something like that. Like $13, something like back then, 2019, $13 an hour was a sweet little lick, because we still was at minimum wage $8, $9. So, girl, I take him to the place, I take him to the place. He do the application. The lady tell him come back in 3 days for his interview. I take him again. Call me Uber. Take him again to the interview. He go in. The lady told him he can't break his phone inside. So he leave his phone in the car. I never thought in the whole time we was dating, and then I'm gonna give y'all a caveat after this, that he was cheating or talking to other girls, because you're broke. You shouldn't be focused on more than one woman at a time, because you can't even take care of this woman. I'm taking care of you, sir. So, and at the time he like 26, 27. I'm 21. Why am I taking care of almost 30-year-old man? You feel me? So I go through his phone. The nigga I'm talking about, baby, he's showing his, one thing about men, they will always disappoint you. And I just stand true to that. Because every time I thought a nigga was solid, the bitch folded like a lawn chair. Listen to me. I'm going to say it again so I don't mess up. Every time I believed in a nigga, he folded like a lawn chair. Baby, every time. So, I'm talking about this man in Boston. He worse than the girl. Just bum. And everybody in Boston. Then I see messages where he was trying to link with this girl, and she had came over. And then it was another night she was supposed to come over. She didn't come over. Oh, that was enough for me. That was enough. Because the night I didn't, so I'm not staying night no more. So now you got, okay. So you probably fucked her. And you got nerve to still go to hell. You and your bum, no money having ass, go to hell. So he get back in the car. He all happy, like, yeah, babe, I got the job, Okay. So I don't say nothing. I let him get his phone. He get on his phone. He excited. He happy. Probably telling his parents he got a job, and I'm gonna take him to it. Let me tell you about something. I drove off, and I told him, we alone. We almost back to his house, right? Because he used to stay like 20, 30 minutes away from me, right? So we on the back little road. It started raining. So he like, what's wrong with you? You being real quiet. I even let his ass play Miss Gonna Art Score. And I said, I just find it real funny. I just find it real funny how I've been doing all this stuff for you. I let your parents talk to me like shit, like I'm some type of bum bitch. I let you lay up with me knowing you ain't got no money. You ain't never took me out on a date. You never did nothing for me. I said, they ain't even player like me. Mind you, this is the same, what the fuck? This is the same Shaye that I was dating the kingpin, bitch. This is the same Shaye that 2 years before this, not even 2 years, I was dating the kingpin who broke bread on me faithfully. This man took me on a date at least 5 times a week. Mind you, I just got out of that. And I come home to settle to be somebody's sugar mama. So I'm hot. I'm in the car like, it's so crazy how I'm putting up with this, then and then And then you know what I think to myself when you get out? Go through his phone. And I knew at that point he was shitting bricks. I said, yeah, I go through your phone and I see you talking to this girl, you talking to that girl, you trying to get this girl to come to your house. Oh, but the kicker is you got one. You got one girl to come to your house. So I guess you player. You're a player. You know what I'm saying? So you got me. I'm driving. I know I'm finna do some crazy shit, right? And so I started crying. I said, my dumb ass really sat up here holding a broke nigga down. He like, baby, calm down. Mind you, it's pouring down raining. So I'm like, tears filling up in my eyes because I'm disgusted. And I'm heartbroken like, bitch, you played yourself. I can't even see my eyes damn near swollen, so I'm swerving, bitch. He's scared. Yeah, let's die today. So he like, baby, calm down. You to pull over. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna pull over because I got a family I care about. So I pulled over. I just read into it. That's how I'm done with you. He was like, but I'm supposed to be helping you get your dresser tomorrow because mind you, I had bought a dresser for Salvation Army, and him and my stepdad he's supposed to meet my mama the next day. Him and my stepdaddy was supposed to help me get the dresser out my godmama truck because she was gonna let me drive her truck to Salvation Army to put it back there. So I was like, you know what, it's fine. You can ride with me. You can ride with me because you made a commitment. You gonna follow through on it. But I'm done with you. You're dead to me, right? He go with me the next day to pick up the dresser. Him and my stepdaddy meet. My mama had overslept. Look at God. She had to meet a bum. So he dropped the dresser off. He helped my stepdad take the dresser and put it in my room in my mama's house. So after that I dropped him back off and I left. He thought I was gonna sit there and play house with him. And that was that, right? I broke up with a nigga. Let me tell you what he used to tell me all the time. Every relationship or situationship I deal with, I take something from it. So I learned that I would never mess with a broke man again. I don't care that he used to have money. I was holding on to the fact that what he used to be, what he used to have, I'm thinking he's gonna go get back like that, right? I'm never doing it again. I don't care. I'm meeting you where you're at. And if I'm not okay with where you're at, I'm done. You know? So I learned that from that situation. Then, let me tell you, right? He used to tell me all the time because I had just moved back home in July. And I kept saying, my mama's going to push me to move out and get my own place. I was trying to stay there for at least 5 to 6 months to get my money up for real. So I kept telling myself, like, my mama, every time I, like, actually do go home, me and her be clashing heads. She be really, like, saying some shit that be, like, get me, like, ready to go to hell. You know what I'm saying? So I'm finna move out. He's like, you only been home for like 2 months. Mind you, it's August. It's like July going into August. So I'm like, I don't care. I'm not gonna keep standing here with this lady talking. He like, you need to cool your jets. You need to take it so you want to jump out there and then now you done got evicted. So when he said that, I took it as, oh, you don't believe in me. Oh, you don't think I could do it for real. So when I broke up with him, I had told myself, I'm determined to show him I could do it. I can jump out there and keep myself out there. And then me and mama had got into a real big argument one time because she thought that because I had 3 jobs, that means I was gonna pay her all this money to live there, and I can't have no company. I ain't got my own room. I can't come in past a certain time. Girl, I'm not gonna pay you all this money, and I'm in a room at home at this point. So I told my sister, my older sister that was staying there with me, I said, I'm gonna move out this week. Mark my words. She like, calm down. Everybody kept telling me to calm down. One thing about me, once I put my mind to it, it's already done. Baby, once I say I'm gonna do it, it's done. And everybody know that about me. So when mama had tried me for the very last time, I ain't telling nobody shit. I just went out there and kept looking at houses every day. I had got fired from Instacart. I ain't even give a fuck. I had got fired from Instacart, so I started taking, every morning I would wake up, jump up, go look at apartments. I ended up finding this apartment right in the hood, but I found this apartment. I had lied about my pay stubs because they had wanted me to just call and interrupt my video. But I had gotten this lady to make me fake pay stubs to make it like I was at my job longer than I was, because they wanted me to be at my job at least for 6 to 7 months. I had only been at my job for 6 weeks. So I made her make me fake pay stubs with my actual job and my actual like it was my actual shit, like my hourly wage, how much I'm normally getting, but just the you know how I say net and gross, where it shows your year to day. I had her make more pay stubs that just added up to what would be 6 to 7 month time frame. Got approved for the place, and the lady told me, oh, you gotta come do your inspection. After you do your inspection, you can get the keys. So boom, I didn't tell her until I had the keys. I said, Mom, I'm moving out. I'm gone. I moved out in September, y'all. I was home July, the beginning or sometime in July. I had came home. I was out September 1st. Baby, I was out September 1st. And me and him was done with by then. So he didn't even know I had to move, right? Fast forward to January 2020. Y'all know by that time I was dating the serial cheater. Girl, I just don't never learn my lesson. I was dating a serial cheater and going through the DV situation, right? And I had pulled up with my grandma. It's the New Year, so I gotta go see my grandma. Like, grandma, you made it another year in this bitch. So what's up? Like, you know, I went slid on her, right? So all of a sudden I'm getting a call on was it Facebook? I think it was Facebook. I don't remember. He called me though. I didn't know who it was when I answered. I'm like, hello, who is this? He like, man, slow down. Pull up at the gas station. I'm like, who is this? Pull up at what gas station? He said, this Polar Pop. Pull up at the gas station. So I'm like, okay, you got 2 minutes. If you're not here in 2 minutes, I'm gonna slide. Mind you, it's the first of the year. What am I? August 2019. So I stopped at the gas station, and then this brownish two-door car pull up next to me, and he pop out with this matching Adidas outfit on, looking like fucking Ron DMC some shit, and he hop out smiling with golds in his mouth and his hair done right. He got a little haircut. So he like, what's up? Trying to get a hug off of me and everything. I'm like, I can't let a bum get too close to me. Ew. So he like, man, why you acting like that? Like, life been good for me. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations. He like, oh my God, I miss you so much. Da, 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 da. I got me a job. I'm working at this place now. And like, let me tell you about da, da, da. I got my own car now. I'm back on my feet. He say, this what the kicker was. He's like, I really miss you. I want you back. Let me tell you, my mom hit the lottery for $200,000. And he was just saying how she did this, how she did that. She gave him some money. Da, da, da. So I'm like, oh, so where are you living now? He's still living there with them. She couldn't hit for $200,000. She couldn't have hit for $200,000 because, bitch, if I hit for $200,000, I'm moving out. I don't care that I'm the parent. I'm moving out and I'm leaving you there, and I'm gonna pay the rent up for a year, and you can live there by yourself. And that's just that. I'm not finna keep living with my grown son. Like, that's just delusional to me. So I'm like, oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. Tell your mama congratulations for me. That's really really good. You know, that's not for real. That's really good. You know, like, now a lot of people get the lottery. He was like, yeah, but you know, it just don't feel right. Like, without you, like, you was there when I ain't had nothing. You damn Skippy. You know what I'm saying? He like, I really want to, like, you know, try to make it work. I never got to take you out on no date. I never got to be no proper boyfriend. And you're not. I'm still in love with this nigga. What are you talking about? I'm still in love with the dude. Mind you, I had started dating this dude in November. I wasn't even single that long. September, October, November. The girl, a hot 2 months. 2.5 months. Started dating another dude, and it's January, and we already going through it. And I'm like, nah, I'm good. I ain't really trying to. I got a little friend. I'm dealing with somebody right now. I'm really, like, in love with him, so I'm good. I'm just happy that you're on your feet. So, that was really the end of that. He came to my apartment once because I was trying to get back at old boy, and he disgusted me. He came to my apartment trying to be friendly with my dog and shit, and I was over it. And I was like, yeah, it ain't gonna work, because I was gonna get a little bit of revenge coochie, because I was trying to get even. Girl, no, ma'am. I don't want you to touch me. I'm good. But no, that literally is like the only time I can remember where I literally let a bum lay up with me consistently. So he only lasted 2 months with that. Some of y'all be your baby daddy a bum. You know what I'm saying? You be getting pregnant by niggas like this, and you be seeing all, because I seen the red flags. And that's when I started. I had already knew he wasn't for last long. You ain't believing me. Every time I said I was going to do some shit, you always trying to down talking. Then he went through my phone one time, y'all. Oh my God. You know, I was still dancing. So my Miami regulars, they miss me. They looking for me. So the guy I used to do house calls for, girl, he used to blow my shit up. And I never would respond because, one, he's a whole story time by himself. Oh, I did a story time by him once. But yeah, like, girl, let me tell you, I wake up one day and he just sitting there looking at me, and I'm like, what the fuck is up? Girl, he said, so you don't talk to nobody no more from Miami? You out of connection with all them people? I'm like, what does he talk about? I'm like, yeah, I'm not dating nobody that I used to deal with in Miami. I'm not still flirting and talking to nobody. Like, you sure about that? I'm like, what is your point? Get to the point. Well, while you was asleep, I went through your phone. Give me my phone. You're insecure. Give me my phone. I had never had a man go through my phone, y'all. This man said he spent all night going, how you got in my phone? Because mind you, my passwords are never simple. My passwords always be some shit like my social security number, some half my credit card, some shit that y'all would never know. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, what the fuck? How this man find out my password unless he was talking to me in my seat, or he was over my shoulder looking at my password one day or some shit? Well, she's sneaky like that, so he probably did. He talk about, well, I seen you was talking to Clifford. Thought you want Clifford talking to himself. What are you talking about? He offering you money to come back to Miami and spend New Year's with him. I bet he is. The nigga missed me. The fuck? He was finna pay me to live with him. What do you talk about? Bitch, I could be living rent free with this fat, ugly nigga right now. What do you worry about him for? Give me my phone. It be the broke ones that be so insecure. And then let me tell y'all this, and then I'm gonna get off. What pissed me off is when I found out the reason why he went to jail in the first place. How he lost all his ground to stand on. So, y'all remember when I told y'all he pawned them shoes? Let's go back to that. So, he tell me he went to jail because he needed some money, because he had got fired from his job because they had gave like a 50-cent raise, and I guess he was ungrateful. And he was saying like, bro, this is fucked up. We've been working here for all this time. All y'all gonna give us was 50-cent raise, and they're trying to start like a little uproar, right? Mind you, the other people's like, man, chill. You know how they be. It's cool with her. So he's like, nah, I ain't finna stand for that fuck shit. So they fired his ass because they feel like he was trying to stir up trouble at the job. when everybody else was happy and he was the only one going to fuck off. So he had lost his job before he ever went to jail. So he told me, oh yeah, they had fired me because I was complaining about the raise and I was trying to get people to come like band together with me so they can give us like some more money, greedy bitch. So it said, so when I was out of work, I was pawning stuff. So he said I had a TV that I was still paying off. Listen to that, listen to it good. He had a TV he still was paying off and he pawned the TV. So he tell me 2 days later he get a knock. He was in bed asleep and it was a Lakeland police open up. His mom opened the door and it was like, is Polar Pop here? She was like, yeah, what's going on? It was like, we have a warrant for his arrest. And he said they took me in my drawers and told me how to arrest for selling stolen goods. And he was like, I didn't sell nothing that was stolen. He's like, the property that you pawned was not in your name. It's not your property. And they took me to jail for that. And yeah. And that's how he ended up losing his job, because he pawned the TV. So, yeah. I was like, this is a crazy world out here. This is crazy. But that's it for this story time. I'm sorry if I wasn't like over the moon excited, but I just started thinking about it like, damn, bitch, you really messed with a bum. But yeah, that's it. That's all I wanted to say. Until next time, Jems and Jems.